This is how I've been tracking my dividend stock portfolio along with my passive income for over the last 5 years. I finally feel like I've come out of the stone ages of using whiteboards and markers to understanding spreadsheets along with online platforms, which we're going to review today to figure out what's best for tracking your stock portfolio. So let's jump right into this.
Drop it.
Welcome back, my passive income investors. Like to a dilemma I have spent years trying to resolve. And as many of you know, I have a multitude of passive income sources. I am managing 4 different stock portfolios spread out between 2 different banks. I've also got YouTube income. I'm managing a Shopify store, and I'm sure I could just go into each individual account. I can look at the dividend income, the stock performance, and analyze it that way. But it gets a little overwhelming, and sometimes it's nice just to bring it into one place where I can just do a basic, simple click. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is going over a multitude of stock portfolio trackers and passive income trackers to show you guys the benefits and kind of look at it objectively so you can figure out what might best fit your circumstances if you're facing a similar problem that I am. Some of these are free, some of them are paid subscriptions, and some of them are just basic spreadsheets that we personally put together. The 4 primary ones we're going to be looking at here is trackyourdividends.com, simplysafedividends.com. We're going to be looking at Google Spreadsheets. We're going to be looking at iCloud Spreadsheets, and we're not going to be going through Excel because Excel doesn't do a really good job automating. You tend to have to manually put in all the data points, but we are going to leave you with a version for that as well if you are more of an Excel fan. But getting right into this, let's start with the free version of a portfolio tracker. Mind you, this free one is very basic on its data points, and you can't input other passive income sources, but that might not be necessary for you. So I've already manually put in some stocks here that you guys can take a look at. It's pretty basic to use. You just add the ticker, shares, and cost per share. And we can scroll through this and you can take a look. They just throw you about these 5 or 6 data points. They show you your portfolio value, dividend yield, yield on cost, and annual income. The thing that I like about this is they do show you the diversification, which is nice because these are really helpful. Show you the sector allocation along with the diversification and holdings of your individual stocks. Other than that, the only thing you can really go into here is the upcoming dividends. This is some pretty basic data points, but it's nice that they put it into a bar graph to help you go further. It's not really any different, in my opinion, than, say, looking at my Scotia iTrade income. I think this does a much better job at showing my dividend income over time between currency bases. But overall, this is the extent of what you're getting for free. It's not much. And the biggest fear with this is not only do you got to log into some kind of third-party website here, you're also going to have to basically, you're on the whim of what they might be doing in the future, whether they're going to start throwing ads on this website to make money, whether they turn it into a subscription-based website, which is going to lead us into our second tracker, which I was really underwhelmed with. I'm trying the 14-day free trial with Simply Safe Dividends. They charge about $400 a year, and I was shocked to see that they offer less data points than the free version. And this is very similar. The only difference between that one and this one is you get your dividend safety score, and they do show you the portfolio allocation. You get your income, balance, performance, valuation, dividend safety, dividend growth, and diversification. They also offer a nice little stock screener that gives you some further data points individually on these companies with even some of the news coming out. But again, very, very basic stuff, which I'm shocked that they're charging $400 a year for this. Now, maybe these portfolio trackers fit what you're looking for, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've just been looking at them because there's a lot of YouTubers that have affiliated with these guys, and I don't think they have done their homework to the fullest extent. So what we're going to do now is look at the spreadsheet versions of these trackers to show you guys the capability. Maybe you have a lot more passive income sources you are trying to track. And the one we're going to start with here is Google Tracker. This is one that we personally recently released. My partner, Matt Money, he's the guy that is the spreadsheet master. And he's spent years taking in information, editing these things as he's gone. And I just want to go over to you the extent of what you can get with a spreadsheet over, say, one of these free or paid subscription online trackers. Taking a look at just the overview in and of itself, you get income by sector, capital allocation by sector, income by account, and value by account. And the way all of this comes together in the portfolio overview is by where you add in the stock. Just to show you the data points and the extent is absolutely absurd with these spreadsheets. So here you would just put in the basic ticker symbol. So let's just add in a stock that's not already here. Maybe something like Fun or Carnival Cruise Corp, just some random stocks. But if you just put in this simple ticker, it'll automatically add in most of the data points required, as we can see here. Now, the manual input, you can put in each individual account. We've offered a few few here, but you're welcome to add more as you go, but that's nothing too complicated. And then as we move sideways here, taking a look at the rest of the data points, the last few things we really have to put in is basically the price per share, the shares original, how many did you buy? If you had a drip set up, you can add in shares as it moves forward if you're getting share payouts instead of cash payouts with dividends. And then what we can do is it'll show you your gains and values, the market valuation, the cost basis. And the last manual thing you have to put in to bring it into the entire portfolio overview is obviously the sector in which these stocks sit. Other than that, everything else does the work. You get 52-week high lows. You even get to see the shares outstanding and what your ownership in the company is. And with Apple here, because I obviously don't own a whole lot of it, I own 0.000000009% of Apple. It makes me feel good knowing that one brick in the wall is mine. Now, the other data points here that are really interesting is we get forecasting and dividends received. With Google, the best thing about it compared to iCloud is it does a much better job at breaking down the dividend income, which you will see once we move over to the iCloud version of the spreadsheet. It will automate all of this for you so you can see exactly how much each stock is paying out along with the total yearly value, and you can start projecting into future years as well. And then we also have goals versus actuals. In here, you can take a look at your goals, your YouTube income, and you can update this bi-yearly along with where you would like to see it going. Now, moving into the monthly dividend analysis, this is where things get a little bit more technical, where you can start putting in year-over-year data. Really nice part of the portfolio. The nicest thing about these spreadsheets as well is you can import data from a multitude of websites. You can see is that Yahoo is actually analyzing each individual stock and showing you all the data points you might be interested in. There's about 30 to 40 different versions of data points going across here, from 5-year average, payout ratios, ex-dividend dates. So this is where you're going to get all that Yahoo information, so you don't particularly have to go to Yahoo to see some of the stuff that you might be wanting to pay attention to with forward PE, trailing PE, which is really incredibly nice. So I mean, this is just the basic tracker here, by the way, guys, and I can't get over the differences between a spreadsheet and what they offer on these websites. So let's just take a look and see the differences between Google now and say Icoud Numbers. Icoud Numbers was one of the first spreadsheets that we launched, and taking a look at it here, guys, with the basic overview, it's a little bit more simplified, but I do enjoy the cleanliness of how Icoud Numbers puts all of this together. As we can see, it's very similar to Google, where we can see the diversification along with our dividend diversification, and it's very similar on the portfolio aspect, where you come in, you're basically going to put in your very simple ticker. You're going to have to obviously update your shares, similar stuff, shares original, shares now, and your price paid, and you don't get nearly as many data points, but you do get enough that it does give you the information required. And at the very top, you can see your total portfolio value along with its updates. You can also scroll down and update your YouTube income, your multiple account income, and then we also see the entire growth at the very bottom here where it gets updated. Moving into the dividends received, unfortunately, with Icoud Numbers, this is where the hindrance is, because you actually have to manually put in these price points. But what I've gone ahead and done is I basically use this to track my entire income sources. So not only from my working income, my Shopify, YouTube, anything else that I might get, including my expenses. I added this in manually. It does not come with the basic tracker, but I find it's helpful just bringing everything that I have in one little spot, so I can see when I have to do my taxes at the end of the year, I can get the data points all put together at the very bottom of this chart. And very similar to Google Spreadsheets, you do get your progress, which you can update manually in here as well, year over year, so you can see that your performance and growth might be on track with your personal goals. Now, with Icoud Numbers, the benefit is you can actually set up the portfolio to properly convert different currencies into the portfolio overview. So that's kind of like the biggest difference, is iCloud kind of doesn't do a good job at tracking the dividend income. You kind of have to do it manually, but you do get the benefit of being able to put in foreign currencies, whereas with Google, you kind of get the better dividend income, but you're not getting the currency aspect of it nearly as well. So there are up and downsides to each of these that are going to be variant on your set of circumstances. But honestly, I've been primarily using Icoud Numbers, and I'm thinking about migrating over to Google Sheets because the data points are just absurd on Google, which I really, really love. And if you guys are interested in any of these, you are welcome to check them out as you please. Mind you, we do own and sell the 2 portfolio trackers from Google Spreadsheets along with from Icoud Numbers, which you can just head on over to the chartmaster.com Dividend.com, where we recently launched the Google version. For the first 5 people that buy the Google version, we're giving a 30% off using coupon code LAUNCH. These are really, really helpful. And I know you guys are thinking, oh, here he is promoting himself again, selling his spreadsheets. But the thing is, guys, is you can't find spreadsheet trackers or portfolio trackers that are this integrated pretty much anywhere on the internet. And if you do, usually they don't have nearly the data points, because Matt is the guy that put this together. And man, oh man, did he really take his time. And like I said, he spent years sharing it with people, kind of updating certain points of it to where you see it today. So if you want to support my channel and help me out as well, I mean, feel free to come on here and check this out if it works for you. You're also welcome to use these other platforms that I'm not affiliated with. Other YouTubers are. And if you want to support those YouTubers, go ahead, use their affiliate links. I just find these free platforms offer no data points. They offer less data points than your probably M1 Finance or Robinhood might. So I mean, there's a lot to gauge out here, and I'd love to know what you guys think about. I'll leave all the links in the description below. But what a fun video today, guys. Stay cool, stay awesome, and I look forward to chatting to you real soon.